what nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's manga nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Shimatsu no Valkyrie, aka Record of Ragnarok chapters 111 and 112. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little Bubba Kitty who's passed out over there, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that, so we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked fall anime season in full swing, in which we are covering Digimon, Gachikuta, Togenaki, Sanda, Boku no Hero Academia Final Season, Spy Family Season 3, and per request, yesterday we covered One Punch Man Season 3, and it took 3 hours to record, 1 hour and 30 minutes live reaction. Oh my god, it was torture, man. There's even more on the way, including Record of Ragnarok Season 3, and oh god, if you guys want me to record that, seriously, join the Patreon, become a $10 member, and request it. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, okay, before I get into this, and speaking of the anime, I do want to mention this, because I did mention One Punch Man as well. Record of Ragnarok fans, you guys should feel extremely vindicated right now, because the One Punch Man fans were giving all of us a lot of shit. They were giving us a lot of shit saying, oh, it's not that bad. You could just read the manga, blah, 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 blah. And now, seeing how bad the One Punch Man anime is compared to the manga, now they get it. Between that and Sakamoto Days, the mainstreamers are now understand what we've been dealing with. Oh my god, they finally get it. And I know I need to be pushing out how bad Record of Ragnarok really is. I need to do that a little bit more. But god, I feel so vindicated right now. Because if you've been following me long enough, you know how much shit I've gotten for pointing out how bad the anime industry is, and that while manga has been in a golden age for a really long time now, that anime has been in the dark ages. God, it feels so good to be vindicated. It really, really does. And I hope you guys are rubbing it in these motherfuckers' faces and giving them the biggest I told you so's. I really hope so. Because I have and I love it. But anyways, now let's get into peak here. Because last time we covered Record of Ragnarok, we got Odin's Bow Mode, which was bomb. It was giving very Sephiroth meets Pegasus. Oh my god, it totally was. And we also found out that Kintoki has the blood of the primordial gods running through his veins. But it looks like we're getting more info about the primordial gods this month. So without further ado, let's get to it. The true mythology that led to Ragnarok. Wait, what? Okay, I am excited for this. So this chapter is titled The Erased History. We know in One Piece we've had the void history, so we're getting the erased history. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. Love is not jealous. Love is not prideful. Love is not boastful. Love is the signpost that leads us nearer to the truth of the world, and consequently, I chose to inscribe this tome with love and belief. Book of Gulnir preface. Something I've said for a while now. Never underestimate the power of thirst. stupidity is pretty powerful too. The thing is with thirst, is thirst leads to stupid actions. There we go. So we got the 11 Godslayers. These designs look sick. They do. I wish doing the back had a little bit more shading to like really make the muscles like pop a little bit more. But other than that, I got no complaints. Let's see. Yggdrasil. Oh god, this fucking background is sick. This is gonna look like ass in the anime unless they change the anime studio, right, Kitty? Ooh, see, even Zeno is hyped for this. As soon as I mentioned that we were getting, you know, more lore on Ragnarok, Zeno came up in my lap. He's excited. Yggdrasil, who decided to massacre the other gods, and the 7 primordial gods who supported them. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Zeno is just like, he just wants to get up. And in the face of the tyranny of those 11 stood 77 primordial gods in defiant resistance. It was an all-out war between all the primordial gods. It was Ragnarok. Okay, so what it says in the translation note here is the kanji says twilight of the primordial gods. Interesting. Okay. But against the overwhelming strength of Yggdrasil, one after another, the 77 fell. Ooh, Odin's face here looks sickening. Oh my god. Right, so we're at the castle here. The primordial gods are just like so destroyed right now. Shit, Yggdrasil, they're just too strong. And those other 77 too. With just 11 of them, they've been slaughtering us so one-sidedly. More than half of us have already met Niflheim. All we could do is keep moving our base and put up some sort of resistance. It's pathetic, damn it all. We've exhausted everything we have. Capitulation or annihilation, these are our 2 options left. That's no good. I refuse to bend a knee to them. Ooh, this outfit. For the sake of those of us left, I will fight until the end. I'm looking at that shoe. I'm just thinking to myself, oh my god, it's oh god, it's a wide heel. I understand. She's fighting, so she gotta wear a wide heel. If you're gonna wear a wide heel, like at least wear a boot. Especially if you're going in a battle. Okay, I'm looking at the front of it. Okay, it's a little bit better. Like, I wish it was just a full-on boot. I really don't like those type of, I don't like ankle shoes like that. I really don't. Especially when, sorry, I'm thirsty. Speaking of the power of thirst. Especially in outfits like this, I don't like that. I really don't like shoes like that. I wish it was like a full-on boot. It would have looked way better with this outfit. I like the rest of this outfit. The rest of this outfit looks really cool though. Let's see. Aaron. Wait. Don't be so hasty. Wait for me. Yay, Goldier! I finally did it. And just in time too. Dude, I love Goldier's design. It's just so everything. Goldier, what are you saying? Calm down. No, you lot calm down. Listen to me. At this point, like, what did you even create? Nothing has been able to even scratch them. No technique, no weapon, nothing. Exactly. I'm trying to think, like, what he reminds me of. He looks, that design looks so familiar. Exactly, with their strength, it's impossible to kill those 11. And so weapons are useless. What? You little, I said listen to me, didn't I? That's why I made this. Wait, what is that? Oh my god, I call it Gleipnir, not to be confused with the manga Gleipnir. Dude, I miss Gleipnir. I covered Gleipnir for a long time, and I talked to the manga. I'm still talking to the mangaka from time to time. They're really awesome. The mangaka for Gleipnir, and they're they like talking to the fans, so yeah. I call it Gleipnir. Well, with this, we'll seal the 11 Yggdrasil included. So, okay, so let's see. Kanji says here in terms of Gleipnir, it says God Seal, but in Norse mythology, Gleipnir was the magical binding used to keep the great wolf Fenrir contained. Okay, so I understand why they went with Gleipnir, but like, oh my god, I'm thinking that design. That god, it's just like driving me nuts. I know that design. Let me know in the comments who Golnir is giving to you. He looks so familiar. That design looks so familiar. I just can't put my finger on it. It's driving me crazy. Okay, let's take a look at this. Like, what's in the seal is very interesting. I like the design of, I like the, oh my god. It's like, hold on, this is really gonna piss me off. What it looks like is, it looks like a plasma globe. That's what it looks like. The inside, the ball is giving very plasma globe, but like the center of it, because I'm looking at what it says here in the translation note, that it's that Gleipnir was the magical binding used to keep the great wolf Fenrir contained. Like, is that what it's supposed to be in the center? Is it supposed to be Fenrir, or is it supposed to be like a deer or something? Let me know in the comments. Seal Yggdrasil, or is that supposed to be Yggdrasil? The representation, because I don't think Yggdrasil's form is supposed to be a deer, or is that supposed to be Odin? Let me know in the comments. Seal Yggdrasil? Surprised, huh? This is a practical application of space-time technology used to compress space-time and create an inescapable pocket space. We put all our power into this core and bring our divinity to its limits to activate it. That's awesome. Hey, and induce a collapse with the code as the medium. Ooh, and by manipulating time in a non-linear fashion. Wait, Golnir, we could significantly delay or even completely stop the flow of time. Shut up, who cares about the theory? Even if you explain it, we won't get it. Dude, I swear, Golnir and Tesla and Tesla, the group of scientists, with Tesla, they would love this man. What are you doing? Look, can this really seal Yggdrasil? It can, I'm not a liar. But there's just one snag. Snag? What is it? This is powerful enough to be a forbidden technique. You see, it uses the wielders, in this case ours. It uses their life force to function. Oh shit. The theory behind the seal is sound, but to contain beings as powerful as them, the amount of life force necessary is immeasurable. Uh-oh. So until Gleipnir successfully seals Yggdrasil, this will continuously sap our life force. Well, this is a plasma globe. So, yeah. So, what the plasma, for those of you that don't know what a plasma globe is, it consists of, is it's filled with noble gases. So, like a mixture of neon, krypton, and xenon, with a high voltage electrode in the center of it. So, that makes sense. Because, yeah, it is giving plasma globe. That makes sense to me. This totally does make sense to me. So until Gleipnir successfully seals let me read this again. Successfully seals Yggdrasil, this will continuously sap our life force. If we could seal, okay, so the center is like the silhouette of a person. So yeah, so that would be, and then, yeah, okay, this makes sense. If we could seal them prior to it all draining, it's no issue. But even if we're successful, I dare say more than half of us will meet Nephilim. But, like, will they? Considering it's their life force that's up in there, will they even go to Nephilim? Because it's their life force up in there, huh? Neither capulation nor annihilation. We risk it all on that. You call that snag, damn fool? All it costs us is our lives. If it'll for sure seal them, that's an easy price to pay. Agreed. Yeah, I'm of the same mind. Everyone. Oh, I think I know who this is giving. In a way, it's giving, so who this is kind of giving, in a way, for me. I know it's weird. It's basically, in a weird, twisted way, it's giving me Mole but like the white version of, I think it's because of the glasses. It really is. But it's like giving me a white, like, mole with like a full beard. That's like what's kind of giving in a weird way for me. I think that's one thing it's giving. It's like mole meets like caveman. I think the nose is kind of similar too. The nose is a little bit different. That's one of the things that was kind of given to me. But I know there's another thing it was giving. Mole might have been one of them, but like there's another thing it was giving. It's driving me fucking up the wall. Let me know in the comments who you think it. Oh, I think I might remember who it's giving. I thought I had it, but I don't. Let me know in the comments. It's driving me goddamn nuts that I can't figure it out. Everyone, well then, let's devise a battle plan. We shall wager our everything on the greatest inventor, God Golnir's new hope. Alrighty, now then, let me explain the theory behind it again. No matter how powerful they are, shut up! And, what? Dude, this art looks great. And here I thought they were putting on a shameful retreat. But calling us out to this desolate rock, is this your last stand? Here we go. Quite just as planned. Oh, here we go. What? Now! Oh, ooh! Dude, this is beautiful. The battle plan that the primordial gods staked their very lives on, the great forbidden technique, Gleipnir, was a success. And in exchange, God, you're a damn genius, Golnir. Most of the primordial gods met Nefhel. How? Golnir, dear, where are you? Dear, no! Golnir, I'm so happy you're alive. Well, barely. Everyone, they all died. Is this really okay, causing all their deaths? And yeah, I get to live? Why, Gleipnir? Why did you spare me? Because you created it! You fool, your invention saved the world. Golnir, you've done enough. Aaron, thank you! And thanks to Gleipnir, Ragnarok reached its end. Valhalla slowly but steadily returned to tranquility, and the saved gods began showing signs of prosperity. But on the other hand, the 7 primordial gods who barely managed to survive were forced to make a decision. That is to say, the sealed Yggdrasil existence, do they speak of them to future generations or not? I think in regards to the sealed Yggdrasil, I think there should only be like a select few, or like maybe like one family, like a keeper kind of thing. The issue was that just before their sealing, Yggdrasil sent their ruins out into the world. That's precisely it. As long as those ruins remain, someone may resonate with them, and the possibility of Gleipnir being broken will never be zero. Exactly. And then infinitesimal chance that the seal is broken, the world truly will end next time. We should not tell the world of Yggdrasil's existence. As long as they know, searchers will surely appear. But then, what do? They exist. We can't erase the truth, no. Those left from before Ragnarok will take the records with them. We shall sow a new history. It's the Void History! I'm probably going to title this video the Void Century or something. A false history, and as time passes, that shall become truth. Erase Yggdrasil from history. Aaron, what do you think? Those abhorrent records will become shackles for the gods living in this new world. That's undeniable. We have no choice. And as our last duty, we expunge Yggdrasil from every annal of history. Are we in agreement? No! You're late, Golnir. He's got his, oh! I think I just realized who he's giving. It's the dwarf from, oh my god. From, the dwarf in Delicious in Dungeon. That's who he's giving! Okay! It was killing me! He's giving Senshi! Holy shit! It took me forever to figure this out. But yeah, he's giving like a mixture of Senshi and Mole. That's who he's giving. Holy fuck. Yeah, this is very Senshi from Delicious in Dungeon meets Mole from Atlantis. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's what Golnir is freaking giving. Holy shit. I was like, wait, there's I know I've seen this before. I know this looks very familiar. Again, I could be missing something here. I could be like, wait, there's another dwarf that this looks like from like oh my god, from Unlimited Gacha or from Mushoku Tensei or something. I could be missing something here, but like those, I think those were the two that I think, especially Senshi was the first one that came to mind for me, maybe. But like, yeah, I think that was the one that no, I think that was one of the ones that came to mind. But let me know in the let me know in the comments if I'm off base, because that's what I think it was the one I think Senshi was the one I was thinking of. But part of me is thinking I'm wrong. But anyways, you're late, Golnir. I was just engrossed in my research and forgot about this meeting. But this right here, like the researching part, that is definitely some gacha, Unlimited Gacha, 9,999. That is definitely a limited gacha tease. I was just engrossed in my research and forgot about this meeting. Anyways, no, I don't care what you say. I say no. Perfect. We were just discussing the matter of do we tell the existence of Yggdrasil to future generations. We also decided no. No, what I'm saying no to is your no. History is neither good nor bad. It is just, it just is, and it must be told. Yggdrasil, Ragnarok, all gods must know the truth. But Golnir, there is good and bad in the world, and that's why we have to hide them. No! Otherwise there may one day appear wickedness seeking to revive them, which is technically true, but Aaron, what are you saying? But like, it's better to be prepared for them. It's better for the history to be known, so that way people can prepare for the fuckery. It doesn't matter how hard we try to hide it. It'll get out at some point. Exactly. That's what truth is. Exactly. Which is exactly why even dangerous knowledge has to be shared. Preach, Golnir! If someone were to hoard that knowledge and use it for evil gains, then that's how the world will end. Preach, my dude! Look at this. We all used up most of our lives for the sake of Golnir. Before long, we will all meet, Neville. Don't you think it's irresponsible to hide the truth before we leave? Preach, my dude! Even in just the context of this series, like, this is just in general. He's right. That is precisely it. It is our duty to use what little time we have left to pluck this. You fucking retard! Rest easy. We shall keep it hidden forever. You just missed the point. You blockheads. Well then, we shall vote once more. Does anyone here agree with Golnir? You fucking retard! It's decided. I'm sorry, Golnir. This is the only way. You fuckers are stupid. Plus Helva, light chain's embrace. Stop, Aaron, let me go! All of you reconsider. Don't misunderstand. Sealing them just lets us run away from fighting them, and we're running away again. They're just waiting to break free of the seal. That fear, that truth, we must pass it down as a legacy of our failure. I believe in the distant future, someone to defeat them will appear. Golnir, let me tell you what we believe in right now. The great genius Golnir, the perfect seal you created, will continue for eternity. Nothing more, nothing less. But nothing lasts forever! Fuckers are stupid. And with overwhelming approval from the other primordial gods, the despicable history from before Gleipnir was overwritten, and thus Golnir was imprisoned as a high-risk prisoner. This motherfucker saved the world! He saved your asses, and this is how you reward him? Fuckers are stupid. But Lord Golnir, we've come to free you. There existed a group of young gods who didn't approve. Based. You all, Golnir's best disciple, Feldis, why? How did you get here? How did you not get attacked by the guards? Based as fuck right here. Really ungrateful motherfuckers right here. What? How'd you get here? How'd you not get attacked by the guards? We borrowed some of your tools. With this, Svengar, we put the guards to sleep. So keep quiet and come with us. Before the other primordial gods notice something is wrong. Hurry, escape with us. Escape with you? The kanji says magic bell of dreams. Okay. That's what it is. We are disciples of the great inventor god in pursuit of the truth of the world. Assisting Master Golnir is our duty. The 16 of us will become your arms and legs. We will follow you to the ends of the world. You fools! I refuse! I absolutely refuse! What the fuck? Why? You are the new gods. Live happily in your new world. Creating a new era of prosperity is your duty. Don't waste your time sticking your necks in the affairs of me and my old world. But, Feldis, is that my gear, Svanza? Give it here. And Kanji says, storage of cleverness. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. A mirror? This mirror generates a barrier that blocks all senses and perceptions. Incredible, isn't it? I call it, Junspengi. By using this, you can all create your own hidden village. Hidden village made for just us? Master, in that case, please join us. Join you? Sorry, but no. I've got a job to do all by myself, but if it got out that you lot helped me escape, even I don't know what punishment they'd inflict on you. Sounds a lot like One Piece, doesn't it? Kanji says, dark boulder, boulder mirror. Okay. But Master Golnir, fools, are you trying to reduce me so low that I have to worry about my own disciples? Take this too. It's a good luck charm. Feel this. I'm counting on you all. Master Golnir, what will you do? I'll just do what I have to do. I love him. And from there on, Golnir fled with the other 6 remaining primordial gods, and while wandering from outland to outland, he started writing his own story. And while struggling against his body slowly dissipating, the erased history, including how to break Leitnir, he inscribed the entirety of the truth within his own tome. Sneaky. His love is not jealousy. Love is not prideful. Love is not boastful. Love is the signpost that leads us nearer to the truth of the world. Therefore, with my love and belief, I chose to inscribe this tome, simply following my own belief. The creation of the forbidden book that changed history. Okay, we will get into the next chapter in a second, but I'm going to give my thoughts on this chapter first. This was epic. This shows, like, this, as I said, this makes me think of the Void history in One Piece. It does. Or the Void Century in One Piece. And the timing of this chapter is very interesting because we just finished God Valley's flashback. And we haven't gotten to the full-on Void Century in One Piece just yet, which is the era of Joy Boy. We're going to get to it I don't know if we're going to get to it, like, soon, though. What I'm talking about is by the end of this year. We're not going to get into it the end of this year. We might in 2026. It depends. Depends on what happens when Blackbeard shows up and if we get the shit about Davy Jones or not. I don't know if we're gonna get it soon or not. But this is what I think is very interesting, and again, this kind of like I gotta tie it into one. This is where another reason why I gotta tie it into One Piece is. The world government did something very similar with where they attempted to destroy all of history. And fuck, we see it in real life. We've seen it in real life where you see motherfuckers try to destroy actual history so that way they can maintain their own history. But something that, as I said earlier, and you know, Golnir was kind of emphasizing it too. It's kind of important to maintain history, including the harsh reality of things. Because as the saying goes, if you don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat it. And in the case of here, it's kind of important to, in this case, because nothing lasts forever. And I think it's kind of important for the gods to be prepared for the worst. Don't you think? Wouldn't it be better to be prepared for the worst? And then like, fuck, I'll bring Dragon Ball into this too. I mean, look at what happened during that 7-year time skip where only Vegeta was training. You didn't have like Goten and Gohan training at all. And because they didn't keep up with their training, they weren't ready for Majin Buu. So, just saying in regards to that. But this chapter was really good. I really like the backstory we have here. But damn, even Eren betrayed Golnir. That was fucking wild. I did not see that coming. But like, and this also, in a way, is just kind of making me think of Magical Girl and Narcos, because we have something similar there, where the Magical Girl saved everybody, but they were forgotten. Everything about what they did was erased. And what happened was a little bit different. The Magical Girls, some of them are rebelling, and they created this drug because they just don't want to be forgotten. So, yeah. Anyways, now let's get to 112, which is titled The Will He Bequeathed. The truth is lost forever, so a new myth is created. All right, let's see. After Golnir's jailbreak, the primordial gods, as previously decided, spun their new false history. And they successfully falsified the despicable history from before Gleipnir. Wait, do we have the title of this chapter here? Yeah, okay, I read that chapter title. All right. The gods' memories were overwritten. The existence of Yggdrasil and anything related to them was completely purged from the world. Our false history was successful. The only issue is Golnir, who's in the wind. Again, as I said, this is literally, this is what happened in Magical Girls and Narcos. I'm telling you, go read that manga, and I'm gonna cover it after this too. That manga is fucking wild. It's really good. Eren, do you really have no idea where he might be? If only. If the great inventor god Golnir is hidden away, nobody, not even his wife, can find him. He's always been like that. If we leave him be, there's no telling what he may do. I will say that we don't know how the shit was done with Void Century. If it was like done with, I don't think it was done with magic like it is here, or god power or divine power like it is here. And in the case of, I feel like this, if anything, is more like what we see in Magical Girl and Narcos, if anything. But anyways, the gods' memories were overwritten. The existence of Yggdrasil and anything related to them was completely purged from the world, which is a huge mistake. Our false history was successful. I'll read this again. Fuck it. Our false history was successful. The only issue is Golnir, who's in the wind. Our powers can't overwrite his memories. Eren, do you really have no idea where he might be? If only. If the great inventor god Golnir is hidden away, nobody, not even his wife, can find him. He's always been like that. If we leave him be, there's no telling what he may do. Again, now this is where it's like, yeah, this is some One Piece shit. Kind of like with Egghead. Dude, this, in a way, this is kind of giving Egghead, isn't it? We might, with Vegapunk. We might find him no matter, we must find him no matter what it takes. What? Wait, this reaction. Golnir, he's close by, eh? I knew you'd sense me. Been a while, everyone. Golnir, oh, Eren, my beloved wife. You've become even more beautiful. Dear, wait, what's happened to you? For you to come out on your own. Oof, you haven't changed, as gloomy and sulky as ever. I always planned to come out when the time was right. No need to rush. Golnir, why come out of hiding? In this peaceful world we created, your existence poses too much of a threat. You must disappear for its sake. I'm well aware, but there's something you lot don't know. I created something and I need you all to see. It's time for me to brag a bit. Golnir, what did you make? Behold. You fucker, why did you reveal it? This is my opus, my masterpiece, the Book of Golnir. I recorded everything here. I entrust this book with the future. Wait, you entrust everything to the future? Now to do the finishing touches. My beliefs, my will, the everlasting and unmarked truth, told to the future, spun for eternity, and passed until the end of time. Wait, what are you doing? Golnir, you can't. I decree so, with my life. Holy shit, what? Golnir! This is good. I did what I had to. Dear, why go this far? Because I believe in the future and our children. Eren, sorry for being so selfish, even in the end. I only know how to live like this. It's stupid. It's true. Aww, and it's why I loved you so much. That's my beloved wife. Thank you for everything. Aww. It's just like he said, he wrote everything down. The creation of this world, Yggdrasil's massacre, Ragnarok, the mechanics of Gleipnir and how to release it, and us. All of us and our friends. They were heroes who fought for peace. Because, like, they erased them. Like, what they did was fucked up, if you think about it. Because they erased their friends, essentially, who were heroes and sacrificed their lives for them. Us? To him, that was the truth. Those are the words Golnir wanted to etch in history at the cost of his own life. But why did Golnir go through the trouble of bringing us this book? He told us he wanted to show us so he could brag. He was always like that. Eren, I'm sorry, but that book, we cannot allow it. It must be burned. Yes, I understand. Yeah, you're not going to be able to burn that book. As to be expected, Golnir's power is protected from normal flames. You can't burn the truth, bitch! Everyone, please lend me your strength. We must stake our lives on destroying this book. Our lives are its kindlings, its kindling. El Negel! Forgive us, Golnir. This was the only way. With this, it's finally over. No, not yet. Right. Golnir. Wait, did they actually succeed in burning it? No way! Ah, that's right. Golnir's disciples who helped free him, they're armed with Golnir's knowledge, which makes them just as dangerous as he was. Again, this is like One Piece! This is One Piece! And he hid them. Unlike One Piece, Golnir was smart. Golnir was smart. Yes, I've searched every corner of the world, but I can't find them anywhere. Maybe they're all already dead. Nah, they're not. No, I'd wager they're hidden by one of Golnir's inventions, which means we can't overwrite their memories either. See, Golnir was fucking smart. He knew this shit was gonna happen. He knew it. This was sneaky. We must rid the world of anyone who knows the truth. This is One Piece! We in One Piece! We must rid the world of anyone who knows the truth. We will find them. For the sake of our new world. That book isn't gone. I knew it! You can't burn the truth! His light finally went out. Master Lord Golnir has died. God. Record of Ragnarok entered its One Piece era. Let's go! But like still. I love this with the book. You cannot destroy. This is why Golnir put his life force on there. Because like with the primordial god, you cannot destroy the truth. This is very powerful. You cannot destroy the truth. You can't. You can try all you want. Just like in One Piece. With what they tried to do with the Void Century shit. With the ponographs. You can try all you want. You cannot destroy the truth. Because ponographs exist and all that. And also his disciples are alive in a different realm, which is fucking smart. His light finally went out. Master Lord Golnir has died. Lord Golnir, I don't know where Lord Golnir met his end, but I'm sure that his beliefs, that his will, it runs through us. Like, I just think it's fucked up that, like, these assholes were willing to destroy any record of their friends. Like, fuckers. And we must not shed a tear. Lord Golnir completed his mission, no? So what do we do? Just as Lord Golnir did, should we fight to spread the true history throughout this world? No, if we try that, all we accomplish is being purged by the primordial gods. Lord Golnir never wished for us to fight. Then what do? We remain hidden and we wait for the right time. And we continue to tell our descendants the truth. And also train! Because someday when the world needs that truth, they can spread it to everyone. We become proof of Lord Golnir's existence. Exactly. From here on, we are the people of Golnir. And in accordance with the primordial god's false history, both Yggdrasil and the great inventor god Golnir were purged from divine history. And outside the hidden village of the people of Golnir, in the beginning of the primordial gods created the world, but their power was too great for even them to bear, leading to their destruction. And then the new gods created the world as we know it, consisting of Valhalla, Midgard, and Helheim. The primordial gods self-destructed. Wait, but hold on, was there women among their ranks? There had to be. Yeah, there had to be women among their ranks. So basically, they're not. So essentially, Kintoki is not a direct descendant of Golnir. He's part of the disciples. Okay, that makes more sense to me. Because I was gonna be like, dude, if he was a direct descendant of Golnir, that would have been fucking awesome. The primordial god self-destructed? Weird. Teacher, are you saying our ancestors created the world? Precisely, that is the mythos, the history of us gods. There was no one left who knew the truth. There's the Book of Golnir. Ooh! And after eons had passed, the curtain rose on a dreadful tragedy. So you came. I brought the usual, old man Feldus. God, this is it. Today's tastes extra delicious. They're always nagging me to quit drinking, but for someone who on his last legs, booze is basically my wife. You're my only ally left, Velk. Ow, who's on his last legs? You're strong as ever, old man. Okay, I brought you the booze, so tell me the story of Lord Golnir, the great inventor, god again. Again? You sure love the story of Lord Golnir. Well, yeah, he created the strongest forbidden technique and saved the gods. He's the coolest man ever. No fucking way! A nameless young god who would later become... No! Odin, supreme god of the Norse pantheon, and it all started with his pure heart. No fucking way! People of Golnir Velk later known as... Wait, Odin was a person of Golnir? Oh my god! But the supreme god of the Norse pantheon was just a young nobody. No fucking way! So he was one of the people from Golnir? Wow! What a fucking twist! What a twist! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god, I kind of want to go back to what was said in 111. Here, what was it? So it wasn't an outsider. It wasn't someone from outside the village. I would have totally understood if it was someone from outside the village that was a disciple that found the book and shit, but it was someone inside the village. But you know what? I'm torn on this, okay? Because part of me is like, okay, part of me likes this. A part of me, the only reason why I like that it's one of the people of Golnir is because that ties into to Kentucky, and they have that connection because they're both people of Golnir. The vessel of Odin is a person of Golnir, so Kentucky is taking care of business. That's one of his own people. So I like that. It makes it stronger. But at the same time, the only reason why I don't like it, and I kind of wish it was an outsider, is that I wanted it to kind of prove Golnir's point that eventually the knowledge would get out and it would shut those fuckers down. That's why I'm torn on this. On the on Velk being not being or Velk being a person of Golnir. Oh my god, so now we got the identity of Odin. The true identity of Odin. But oh my god. But I love it that the truth cannot be destroyed. I love that underlying theme that the truth cannot be destroyed. But I think it's going to be interesting next chapter. And I think this will make it, I think this is going to be what will make this fight probably one of the best fights, and maybe even overtake Broda's fight in as a whole, or as for me anyway, is what made Broda's fight the best fight for me, or as currently the best fight in Record of Ragnarok, is how Zerafuku and Broda were connected. And if we get something like that where we see how Velk and Kentucky were connected, not just because they were just fellow village people or whatnot, but they met in the village, and we saw Kentucky trying to stop him or something like that. I want to see how Kentucky is connected to Velk. There's got to be a really good storyline for how good storyline for how Velk is connected to Kentucky. If we get good writing for that, and then see how Kentucky purges Odin from Velk, then I'll be like, okay, this could overtake Broda's fight against Zerafuku. Because as I said, That's what made Broda's fight with Zerafuku so powerful, and my favorite fight of all of Record of Ragnarok was that connection Broda had with Zerafuku, like prior to him, Zerafuku becoming evil and shit like that, and splitting off into the 7 personalities, and then becoming Hajun and shit. Is that? So I'm very curious what you guys think. I really love this backstory for Ragnarok. I think this is genius. And I love that Record of Ragnarok like went into its One Piece era. And God, this is so... I love the underlying theme. I do. I do. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you guys think about the twist here about Velk, or, you know, Velk being a person of Golnir, instead of being just a random god or a random person that came across the book? Are you torn? Are you like me, where you're kind of torn about it, where it's like, it would have been nice if it was a random person that came upon the book by perchance and proved Golnir's point? Or, like, I think what's gonna, as I said, or do you think what's gonna make it or break it, like I do, is gonna be seeing how his connection to Kintoki is going to be? That's what I think will make it or break it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Record of Ragnarok content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wish list. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.